Hey guys, welcome back to Big Loss Official. As you can see today, I am joined by the reigning Arnold Strongwoman Classic champion, Angelica Jardine. Angelica, it's very late for you, it's very early for me, but thank you so much for joining me and making the time. How are you?
Good, good. Thank you for, getting me on here and wanted to talk to me, little old me.
You little old you. And wow, like when you think about the last year that you've had, like what an incredible journey. This time last year, could you have envisioned that you would be you becoming away the champion? Because it seemed like such a whirlwind for all of us, and I'm sure it must have felt the same for you.
Yeah. Definitely, mentally and everything going into this show is a lot different than it was going into last show. Like last show was just, I'm still just happy to be there. I think that will remain there, but last show was really just happy to be there. And, no expectations. I think there's no, it's sort of great, with not having an expectation, just come in and try your best and don't do too bad and do good enough to get another invite back or another invite to another big show. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it must be a very different feeling this year. Are you feeling that sort of pressure of going in as the champion, or maybe not so much because you appreciate that on the women's side, we do tend to have different winners for each competition?
yeah, I don't think I feel too much pressure. It is a little different than the first time around, but it's also like I have a little bit more of what to expect as far as like being on such a big stage. Like that was the biggest stage I've ever been on. So there's everything was new. Like even, getting a hotel, like that was like, oh, this is a nice hotel. So like those things were very new to me. So it's a different I'm not getting that sort of too new experience, but it's also just different with expectations of myself going in.
Yeah, no, and you're right. It's a totally different experience. Even the hotel, like you're thinking, oh, this is how the other half have been living, eh?
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm getting way ahead of myself because before we do anything else, we need to do your Big Loz big introduction. So we try and include Loz in these, bless him. Here we go.
Having won America's Strongest Woman in 2023, Angelica Jardine went into the 2024 Arnold Strongwoman Classic almost completely unknown on the international strongwoman scene. Very few people were talking about her before the competition, but she was all anyone could talk about after she went on to win the show ahead of the biggest names in the sport. Just 2 weeks later, Angelica tied for first place at the Arnold's UK, ultimately taking second after a tiebreaker event, and placed fourth at the Rogue Invitational. Can she surprise us once again in the 2025 Strongwoman season?
Is it weird seeing montages of yourself?
Yeah, it's a little bit of like a little time lapse of my last year recap. So like, oh yeah, that's I didn't even forget. It feels like I was forever ago when I was America's Strongest Woman. It was just in 2023, but
Yeah.
that was a while back.
And that was what got you invited to the Arnolds in the first place. And I remember last year, like, because we're all about the predictions, we really enjoy like analyzing things before they happen. And I like to see other people's as well. And genuinely, no one knew where to place you at all. So most people just put you near the bottom. So you really were a revelation when you came out and won the competition.
I think that's yeah. I think that's sort of what we might even see this year with some of the newer girls on the stage, and I just know that there's more girls that are probably going to be another revelation.
Yeah, no,
I'm excited to see what that is, who that
no,
is.
definitely. So looking at the events this year then, because it's all about the events, obviously, you guys are starting once again with the Elephant Bar Max deadlift. Now, last year, watching you deadlift, so I think you got 5 points, which would have put you in like eighth place.
Mhm.
Watching you deadlift, though, I couldn't help but feel that you left a lot out there. Like your third lift went up so easy. I was thinking, damn, you know, once this woman figures out her numbers, like, she's going to be an absolute monster. So are you going into it with quite different tactics this year now, having had that experience of choosing your numbers?
Quite different tactics. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm always going for a PR. So even every event that I've done with the deadlift, I've hit a PR. So third that third rep was a PR for me, and I was super excited to get that. And things just feel a little different on game day sometimes. And so, going in, I thought that was going to be like an RP 9, RP 10 for that third rep. So going in now, it's like, okay, I know that I can hit that, and everyone I'm just bumping up a little bit more. But since I've started strongman, I've always had a goal of hitting 600. So that's nothing that I'm shy of. Like, I'm shy to admit that that's what I'm going after. Now it's like, I just want to really hit a 600 deadlift.
Honestly, it looked like it was there last year. You said you thought it might be an 8 or a 9, but it looked more like a 5. It
Yeah.
genuinely did.
Well, you don't really, at least with my training, I don't max out very much. It's always like just multiple reps. So it really is, to me, I feel right now, this is, this Arnold is my 8th show in strongman. So I'm still figuring out like, what is that pushing all the way until I get to like the Hannah Lindsay.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I've pushed that far, and I don't know where that is yet. So I'm still trying to figure that out.
Where's that limit for Angelica? Oh, I hope we get to see it next week. Maybe not the blood, but the grind.
Yeah.
So you were just telling me that, oh no, sorry, no, because the next event is the overhead gauntlet, isn't it? So that's the dumbbell into the natural stone into the what have we got? The log, the trump log for reps. Yeah. So how's that one feeling? And do you like the mixture of the different implements leading up to the trump log?
Yeah, I like it. The circus dumbbells, it's cool. Like, I've had that one in every single event or every single competition by now, where at first I would dread it. By this point, I've had to prep it so many times. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm familiar with the circus dumbbell. So that's been good. The stone press, I feel like it's a decent enough weight where I can do it pretty good. The log is where it's been like hit and miss the last few shows, where I've missed the amount of reps I was aiming for, or I've surprised myself with the amount of reps. So I do have like a goal of getting more than I did in training.
Because did you guys have the trump log? Yeah, you had it at the Arnold UK last year, didn't you? Did you hit it in the UK show, the heavier log?
Yeah.
You did. Okay. So you're one of the few women that have managed to lift this heavier log then. So we know just like a single rep on that is going to be decent points, isn't it?
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, that would be great. I would like that. But I remember your dumbbell at the Arnold UK last year, that third dumbbell, 75 kilos, I think it was, which is 5 kilos heavier than what you're going to be doing in this show. And you failed it a few times, but it was clearly, it's not a strength issue. It was just a timing issue by the looks of it, because when you hit it, it just looks so easy.
Yeah, the dumbbell is just so technical. It's one of those lifts where you can miss 100 times and get it on your 101st time.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, your shoulder will be fatigued, but it's like, just, I feel like with most any overhead lift, it's like finding that sweet spot. But circus dumbbell especially, like, there's multiple sweet spots you got to make sure it's in to get it right.
Yeah, terrible event.
Yeah, now that I'm decent at it, I'm okay, but they can keep it right.
Oh, okay. Like, no, she's good at it now. She's got it. Let the organisers know it's absolutely fine to put it in.
Yeah.
So your third event on day one then is the timber carry. Now, you completed this no issue last year. You did
a little bit of it. I dropped it like 2-3 times.
Oh, did you?
I finished it.
I was watching those little montage clips of you flying. Did you finish it though?
I did finish it.
Oh,
Yes.
there you go. That's an achievement. If it goes down, that is an achievement to have completed it still.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it'd be nice to finish it without dropping it.
Yeah.
This year it is a little bit heavier, so
yeah,
my grip isn't the best. It's like any grip event I'm really not too fond of. So
I don't know though, because you say your grip isn't the best, but that stone carry last year, I guess, did you go for a hook grip with the stone carry?
yes.
All right, so your pain tolerance is very good then.
Yeah, I got high pain tolerance, not so much grip. And that's what I think with that event too. It wasn't so much of a grip event. It was very much, I mean, the weight wise. If the weight was heavier, then yeah, I think it could have been more of a grip event. But it was light enough where it didn't feel like a grip event. It felt like more of a just painful event.
Yeah. And also like almost core strength as well, because it's keeping it stable the whole way through while they're trying to pull you side to side, isn't it? The stone carry.
Yeah.
Okay, so this year then we need no drops, because when there are no drops, it is a bit of a drag race, isn't it? No, like
Yeah,
Everyone's
they're
fast enough.
quick. Yeah.
They are really quick. Some of those girls, yeah. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
I just want to finish. That's where I'm at with that event. Is let's just get it to the top.
Yeah, get it to the top. No dramas.
Yeah.
So the first event on day number 2 then is the big jerk. Now you were just telling me that you've got one last jerk session tomorrow. So what sort of style are you adopting? You're going behind the neck. Are you jerking, or is it more of a push press?
It depends on the reps. Some reps come off they look like a push jerk or power jerk, and then some of them I end up push pressing, jerking a little bit. It's behind the neck is one very new, but also just jerking in general is pretty new to me.
Yeah.
I tried split jerking and that was fine. I was learning that too, but yeah, just had to pivot a little bit and found that my coach is gonna hate that I don't know what am I doing. I don't know if it's a push jerk or power jerk, but I'm doing some type of jerking, attempting to. So
Whatever goes up, goes up.
yeah.
I think we're going to see that with a few people, though. I think what plans might go out the window on the day. We're just going to see all sorts of weird and wonderful combinations of legs everywhere. And
right now, my jerks are turning into a little push pressy at the end. So, but I'm excited. I'm like, if anything, it's made me really like even think about like, wow, this Olympic lifting's pretty fun. I mean, I know it's not exactly the same, but
no.
It's been a very fun. It's out of all the events, it's been the most funnest for me. Funnest, not a word.
Yeah.
Don't judge us Americans. But it's been the most fun for me to learn and train, and you know, I hit an overall PR on that on anything overhead, so that was really cool to have.
Do you have any numbers in mind of what you'd like to hit? Or do you want to keep your cards close to your chest? I can respect that. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I want to hit upward of 250 pounds. I mean, that'd be nice. 120.
Yeah.
That'd be. I feel like if I can press on a log, I want to be able to press it on a barbell.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So,
I think you'll surprise yourself.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be like the deadlift last year. It's going to fly up. You get 4 opportunities, don't you?
Yeah.
So the second event on day 2 then is the trial by timber. So essentially just to carry into a drag. This one, how are you feeling about this one? I don't think we've seen you drag yet, have we?
No, I did it. The first time I had a drag in a competition was at Nationals. I think that was 2022.
Okay.
Yeah. So you
good at it?
I was good at it, yeah.
I had a feeling you would be.
I was good at it, but this time around, I haven't been able to train sled or a really heavy sled. So I did a really stupid thing and rolled my ankle, and that's the reason why I've had to stop learning split jerk because it wasn't nice on the ankle. And then all the other events are fine, but the drag it's the one that bothers my ankle the most.
Okay.
So, but anyways, I'll tape it up. I'll be fine. It'll be all good. It'll all be fine.
It'll be fine. You won't need your ankle after the drag, so you can go balls to the wall at the time.
Yeah.
Fine. How long ago did you break it?
I didn't break it.
Oh,
I just I wrote it like 4 weeks ago, and it's just been continuously being aggravated.
Oh, okay.
I like to mention that, but when I fall, I'm a bigger person, so it's not like a normal ankle roll. That's a lot of weight on my poor little ankles. So yeah, it wasn't too happy with me.
Okay, yeah. No, Luz has always been a bigger person also, and he's terrible for rolling his ankles. Just some sort of weird
anything
with him. Yeah. And every time I see it, it's like, oh God, and it's agony for him. So
yeah.
Bless him. Okay, so the final event then is the stone to shoulder. Now, this is it wasn't until I saw Rebecca Roberts doing it in person in the gym that I truly appreciated how tough this event is going to be as a finisher for you, because even the lighter stone is absolutely massive in terms of weight, and with no tacky and chalk or tacky towels only, it's insane. But I know it's different, but last year you absolutely smashed the natural stone to shoulder.
Yeah.
Does that give you any confidence that the Atlas stone is going to go a similar way for you?
I think this is the second time I've ever had Atlas stones in a competition.
Oh, wow. Full stop.
So yeah, like this. Well, this is the first time I ever had stone to shoulder. We had like sandbag to shoulder, which is fine.
Yeah.
I like sandbag to shoulder. Um, but the Atlas stone, it was intimidating when I first seen it. With it even being about the same weight as it was last year, but there's no handles on the Atlas stone, and it's so round. And even these ones, from what they mentioned, I think it's like 20 diameters, 20, and that's a really large stone, super large stone. So I just, I'm excited. I'm excited to challenge myself on that one, and I just hope that the stones are nice and
Not
I'm
dusty.
yeah.
Not, yeah, not too slippy. If we,
Like,
if it, I
that's
mean, I don't know if this helps you or just makes you feel worse, but I've got you as one of 2 women likely to hit that heavier stone.
yeah. I mean, I definitely want to take a go at it. It's yeah, but when we originally seen, it, I was like, this is nuts. There's no way that
No,
yeah. But now with training and everything, I'm like, all right, it's doable. It's definitely doable. It's just
good. It's just
yeah,
hard.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just really hard.
Yeah. But we've seen these events before at the Arnolds where, I mean, I know people like Brian Shaw like to talk about thirds, where they want to see a third of people finish, a third, sort of struggle, and a third not be able to do it. You've got other competitions where everyone can do it. And
Yeah.
then you've got things like this, like we had the stone to shoulder, I think it was in 2022, as a finisher for the men, and literally just a couple of men got it to their shoulder. So I think it's going to be a bit more like that, and it's going to be such a huge achievement when we do see it on that heavier stone, especially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I'm excited. I think regardless, the women, the men, I mean, whenever the weights gets heavier, everyone sort of just tries to rise to the occasion, and that's what we're gonna do.
So what does the rest of the year look like for you? Like, what are you hoping and planning to compete in this year?
Um, there's a few things, I guess. For sure, I'd like to go back to America's Strongest Woman, possibly go and compete there again. Rogue Invitational, of course, if
Of course.
that's there. That's definitely hands down.
Yeah.
Um, and then some other. Last time I felt like I took a little bit too long of a break, and I want like a summer competition, keep the body going.
Yeah. Don't let it seize up. Right. So before I let you go then, Angelica, we're going to play a game. It's just a very stress-free, carefree would you rather. It's really not too serious, okay? No wrong answers here. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Question number 1. As a side quest, or maybe post Strong Woman, would you rather train for and compete in high rocks? Do you know what that is?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. High rocks. Sorry, Nadia Stowers didn't. I was surprised. Or bodybuilding.
High rocks all day. And I hate cardio. I hate it. But
You'd
yeah,
hate
no,
bodybuilding more.
I don't think I'd hate. I think I'd like the
Hypertrophy.
the workout where just like super high reps. I think I'd like that. I wouldn't like the very strict diet. That
The
would,
cut. Yeah. That's fair. I wanted to pick 2 things on sort of opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
That's fair. I wouldn't like being judged.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that would be
also yeah. I don't even yeah.
imagine like putting all that work in and it's essentially going on an opinion, isn't it? Couldn't handle that. Question number 2. Where are we? All right. Would you rather add 20 kilos to your raw deadlift PB or 10 kilos to your max log? If someone could gift it to you.
20 kilos to my deadlift.
Yeah. Fair enough. Do you feel like the log progression is a little bit more linear for you than the deadlift? Or do you just feel like the deadlift would make a bigger difference to you?
I think the deadlift would make a bigger difference. I feel like at this level, if you're not hitting at least 600, you're leaving a lot of points on the table. And you're like 600 is like the standard right now.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
It's crazy.
But yeah, so I feel like having a more competitive deadlift would be more beneficial. Or like pressing, I feel I'm a pretty decent presser. Right.
Yeah. I mean, you're a decent deadlifter too, to be fair, but I know what you're saying. Okay. As a complete one-off, would you rather train for and run one marathon or go to a spin class twice a week, every week for a year?
Spin class. Yeah.
You do spin.
Yeah. I do spin.
Yeah.
I tried a few in college.
Have you?
Yes, they were horrible. And but they were a little fun, but no, they were horrible. But running, no.
No. It's very high impact running. And you've got to think about your ankle.
Yeah, my ankle, my knees.
Exactly. I've never done. I walked past a spin class once. That was enough to make me not want to do it. To each their own, but it looked very chipper to
I
me.
think it's like riding a bike. Like every time I ride a bike, I won't ride it for a little bit, then I'll ride it again. And then like riding it long distance wise, and I'll forget like, dang, this is actually a workout, like riding a bike. You think like, oh, it's gonna be fun, but
It's
I
not
mean,
fun.
yeah, it's fun. But then like you're like quickly 5 miles in, it's just like, oh, this burns. This
Yeah. Have you ever done those I can't remember what they're called, like the power bikes.
yeah,
The
salt bikes
yeah,
or eco bikes.
yeah, they're awful.
Yeah, I do those. Yeah, I do them like at least 3 times a week at least.
No,
But I actually would prefer that over
would you?
real life bike, basically.
It's soul destroying though, isn't it? You think, oh God, I'm
Yeah.
doing so well, and you look and it's like
1
2
calorie.
calories. Soul destroying. What?
Yeah, the key is to not look at the meter at all and just go. It's horrible. Yeah.
It really is horrible. The only nice thing is that you get that lovely fan of air coming from it. Like,
Yeah.
Anyway, where were we? Okay. Would you rather train in your own gym, but you always have to train alone, or train in a Planet Fitness with your coach and training partners?
But that means I wouldn't have the equipment, right, in Planet Fitness. Yeah.
It's a lot to sacrifice.
Yeah, the equipment is already, yeah, I'd have to go do it alone. And at least I'd have the equipment and the proper equipment to train with. I mean, I do one day at Planet Fitness now, and I do it because it like has all the accessories.
Okay.
But if I have in there like, oh, dude, this is the barbell, well, I'm shit out of luck now because there's no damn barbell in here.
Yeah.
But like on the Swiss machine. So yeah, I know I'm very aware of the limitations at Planet Fitness.
Yeah. Have you ever read the rules properly? Because I haven't. Like, are you allowed chalk and stuff at Planet Fitness?
No, not that I've seen. There's no chalk or. I mean, there's really nothing for you to go and lift heavy enough to
Or
need
would you be using the chalk on? Yeah.
Yeah, like nothing
Yeah.
that heavy there.
Yeah. There's a gym not too far from us that from the outside looks like a great sort of power lifter, weightlifter gym. And someone was asking for recommendations. So I was looking on their website and I couldn't believe the rules. One of them is no grunting. So not allowed to grunt when you lift. Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
So don't judge. I thought it was really weird that people grunted when they lift too. I was like, what the heck are you doing all that for? But then I started lifting heavy, and like it just came out one day when I was like trying to put like maximum effort. I was like, oh, and I was like, oh, it just made sense. Like, all right, grunting does help.
I get it now. Yeah.
Yeah, I got it now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I used to be like the quietest person. Like, I'm not gonna make any noise while I lift. Like just being super quiet because I didn't understand why they did that.
Yeah.
But now I get it, and I do it sometimes.
No, exactly the same. I used to feel like, these people with their sex noises. but now I've done like max effort squats. I totally get it.
Yes, I
that
get
noise
it
is
now.
coming out. Oh dear, what fun. Okay, so if you're at a competition not competing, would you rather commentate it or referee it? She's like, neither.
I like being a cheerleader. That's what I want to be. I want to be in the sideline. You know, I referee if someone will ask me to, but then I'm like putting a lot of pressure on myself because
Perfect.
yes, to be perfect, and sometimes I'm still not perfect. I'll be like, down.
You're
I'm
giving
working
mixed
on.
messages, Ange.
Yeah. So, I mean, I probably should referee to get more experience, but
Yeah.
yeah, I like being a cheerleader. I like just going there and hanging out and cheering people on, and that's more, yeah, that'd be more fun to me.
That's essentially my job, and it's the best job. Yeah, it's great. Where are we? Okay. In competition, would you rather have a max deadlift or a max squat? We never see a max squat on the women's side.
And just because of that, I would like to do a max squat.
Yeah.
I mean, the last time I max squatted was like, I mean, before I did America, so I don't know. Anyway, the last time I did it, I was like, my goal was to hit 500, and since then I just didn't have a reason to hit 500. But now I hit like 485 back then, and that's like at least 2 years ago now. Like I'm super interested to see if I like prepped and trained for a squat, what I could do now, and since that time. But yeah, I'd love to see a max squat. That'd be awesome.
I'd love to see one too, especially on the women's side where we haven't seen it tested. It'd be great to see people like you. I'd love to see Andrea pushed on a max squat as well. I feel like there is some athletes just don't do it enough in training. But you see, I think we'd see some wild numbers on a max squat. Yeah.
I'd be interested.
Be really cool. Okay. This one's a little bit, this is a weird one. Loz must be one of Loz's. We'll blame him. Would you rather have the prize money or the trophy?
I'd rather have the prize money.
Yes, same.
Yeah, the prize money's, I mean, the trophy's cool, don't get me wrong, but yeah, like the trophy's so heavy right now, I don't really know where to put it. It just sits on my fire stuff, and I don't have anywhere cool to see. It just stays in the corner, and where's my money? I'll be able to do cool things with that. But
yeah, you could buy a shelf for your trophy.
That is true.
You can't. There's like some of the trophies are so cool, but they're not very practical for display purposes, are they?
Yeah, but yeah, there's some really cool. I mean, I was really surprised on how heavy the trophy was.
Yeah. That
was really surprising, but. Yeah, it's a cool trophy, but I don't know if the trophy's worth 25,000.
No, I totally get it. Yeah, and I don't think the sport is in the place where it's like I just do it for the love now. I don't need the money. I think we're quite far away from that.
Yeah, I mean, I originally didn't ever think that I was going to make money from this sport. So yeah, now that it's an option, I think, well, like, wow, what better time to have found Strong Woman?
Yeah. For something you would have done for free.
Yeah, I would have done it for free.
We won't tell them that though, for Christ's sake. Oh dear. Let's move on quickly. This is the last one. Okay. As a conditioning finisher after training, if your coach absolutely insisted, would you rather do 100 burpees? You can do them as 10 sets of 10, or run just 1 mile.
Just 1 mile. I mean, the worst a mile is like what? Like maybe
on a treadmill if you like.
Like 16 to 20 minutes, maybe.
16 to 20 minutes to run a mile.
Is that too short or too long?
That's quite long. Oh. That would be quite a slow mile.
All right, well. Now I'm tempted to see what my mile is.
I thought my mile was bad. No, I guess it's a steady pace. I guess depending on how much rest you needed between the burpee sets, you could end up them both taking the same amount of time.
I feel like, the burpees would definitely take longer than 20 minutes.
Yeah, I get. Again, I don't know. Someone's gonna have to test this.
We'll have to put it to a test.
Yeah, I'll get Loz to do it because he doesn't mind doing terrible, dreadful things to himself. So, yeah. We don't need any part of that. Anyway, that is your game all done. It's just silly, but hopefully it wasn't too stressful for you.
No, not at all.
Well, we are very excited to see you back at the Arnolds. We're traveling in on Wednesday, so look forward to seeing you there. You have a YouTube, don't you, Angelica?
Yes, I do.
Okay. We do. Promote it. Sell it to us. What is it?
It's just YouTube of some of my training and yeah, just like longer videos, longer format videos of my training and me like seeing what my training entails. Sometimes
Okay.
it's serious, sometimes it's not serious.
It's a lovely, lovely channel, and I'm going to link it below. And you should go and follow it and support Angelica in her quest to retain her title, the reigning and defending champion. But thank you so much for joining me, guys. Thank you once again for watching. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button, and we do have a few more before we go to Ohio next week. Take care.